Hello everyone and welcome back to another video with Exercise for All. As you can see, I'm outside today. I thought I would bring a bit of the outdoors to you, especially if you're stuck indoors on what is a very, very cold winter's afternoon. It probably looks at about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning with all this fog that we've got over the water, but it's actually 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I thought I'd come out on this Sunday and do an exercise video for you, and if I can't keep myself warm, then at least I'll be able to keep you warm today. I'm hoping by doing a bit of a pulse raiser and some standing activities that I can really get the blood circulating around my body to warm myself up, and therefore definitely give you guys some really good exercise as well. So I was going to do some chair-based exercises today. I was hoping that I'd come down to this private little beach near Sovereign Harbour in Eastbourne and find myself a nice rock to sit on and do some exercises. That didn't quite happen. There's no rocks available that I can actually perch on and find myself in a comfortable position. So for that reason we've got to adapt, and I'm going to be doing some standing exercises as I mentioned. So please only complete these exercises today if you can stand up unaided, or at least have a walking frame in front of you or a member of staff available if you want to join in some of them. They can be adapted to your abilities, but just do what you can. Have a chair behind you, like I said, a walking frame in front of you, and just complete these if you're mobile enough to actually do so. So to start off with, I definitely need to get moving. I can barely feel my face. It is about 0 today. It went to -3 overnight, and I hope you can hear me. There's no wind whatsoever, so I think I'm in a pretty good position. Okay, we're going to start with a bit of a pulse raiser, marching on the spot. So if you are sitting down, get up out your chairs if possible, and we're just going to start with a little bit of marching like this. And we're going to keep returning to this because this is just going to be our sort of baseline of endurance throughout the workout. It's only going to be about 10 minutes. I'm going to have to run home and have a nice hot shower. But like I said, I want to try and bring a bit of the outdoors to you today, especially as you probably can't get outdoors as much as what we can at the moment. Okay, so keep marching, bring your knees up nice and high. I hope you can hear my voice over these stones that I'm stepping on. But I must admit, I'm warming up already. So come on, keep going. From the side, you can see my knees are coming up nice and high. Okay, drive them up, fantastic. Right, the next exercise, we're going to be working these muscles here. We're going to be doing some shallow squats. So what I'd like you to do is get into that position with your feet set, shoulder width apart, and we're going to be slowly bending down. Remember, have that chair behind you. Okay, and then slowly push back up. So you can have your arms out in front to counterbalance so you don't fall back. Have your arms out in front of you, bend your knees, just go as far as what you're comfortable with, and then push back up, okay? So we're going to do about 5 or 6 more of those. It's always a minimum of 6 when we're trying to strengthen. Okay, let's keep going. So nice and slow. On the way down, you can always hold it for a second or two if you feel comfortable, and then push back up. So from the front, that looks like this. We've got about 3 or 4 more to do. Come on, we can do this. A slow bend, and then back up. Good. Well done if you're still with me. Do have a little rest if you need to. We've got 2 more. 1, and push. Okay, last one. And push. Good. And then back to the marching. Like I said, we're always going to return to this marching. Try and bring those knees nice and high. Okay, we're actually going to get our arms moving in the next exercise. Okay, so we want to warm up all of our body. A good bit of exercise for you. Like I said, only sort of 10 minutes, but you're going to feel much better after this. And hopefully I will do too. I have actually got a coat just down there underneath the camera. I'm going to be putting that back on straight away afterwards. But hopefully quite a nice backdrop for you today. There's a few boats going past actually as they come into the harbour. And there's a lot of mist on top of the water. It's really nice to look at. Right, as I said, arms, put your elbows out to the side like that. We're going to push up like we're lifting a heavy weight. Okay, and then back down. That's it, keep pushing up. Good, that's it, nice and high. So this is going to work your shoulders. Keep going. You want to try and get to about 15 of these, so your arms feel like they're really starting to work. Let's go for about 5 more. 1, 2, come on, you can do this. 3, 4, 5, maybe even a few more there, and back to your marching. So there's always that baseline. If you do want to have a bit of a rest, That's absolutely fine. Okay, bring those knees up as high as you can. If you can continue at this sort of intensity, that's really good. We're working at sort of a moderate level of intensity just so we get that heart beating a bit faster and we warm ourselves up a little bit as well. Okay, 10 more seconds of this and then we're going to go into the next exercise. That's it, keep going, keep driving those knees up. Fantastic. Right, I'm going to show you this next exercise from the side. So what I want you to do is either come round to the back of your chair, hold onto your frame or hold onto the back of the chair and make sure there's nothing behind you for this one, because what I'd like you to do is bring one leg out and then back in. Okay, so there's a bit of a balancing aspect to this. Use the other leg, just bring it backwards and then back in, but you must be holding onto something in front of you. Okay, so we're working the back of our legs here, our hamstring muscles, all the way up towards our glutes, which is our bottom muscles. So bring one leg out and back in. So takeaways here, taking the leg away. Good. Nice and slowly, that's 2 on each side already. Okay, nice and slowly, good. So there is a balancing aspect, but make sure you are holding onto that frame if you've got one, or the back of the chair. I know I keep saying that, but it's really important. Okay, of course I'm demonstrating without one here, but it is quite hard for me to balance on these stones, I must admit. So just make sure you're holding onto something, you bring your leg away and back in. Okay, so the higher you bring your leg, the better. Good. And the other one. Fantastic. Let's go for one more on each side and then we're going to return to that marching. Okay, the other leg. I'm going to try and keep my balance. There we go. And back to the marching. Swing your arms as well. You're going to burn a few more calories that way, and at least you warm up the whole of your body. I hope you can hear me over the background noise. There's some waves coming in. A few boats have just gone past. Look at that. What a lovely winter's day this is. The sun's really trying to creep through today, but the mist, the fog, it's not having any of it. It's not letting it. Right, keep marching, 10 more seconds, so it's always a 30-second march. And like I said, that just keeps us working at that baseline, low to moderate intensity, which is what we're after. Okay, good, keep going, fantastic. Right, we're going to do a few sort of dynamic twists now. So just turn like so, keep your arms elevated. Okay, a nice twist, so we're mobilising the spine and the muscles around our abdominals, our intercostal muscles, our obliques. So keep turning, twisting. You can do a little pause when you get to the side. So these are all just general mobilisers today, but as I mentioned, we are keeping it a low to moderate intensity because we're always returning to that marching. Okay, that's it, keep twisting, fantastic. Now I'm going to recommend that you do this one sitting down. So just imagine that I am sitting down. This is still a mobiliser, okay, and we're still working the muscles around our torso. I want you to just bend down and touch the opposite foot. So if you can do this standing up, if you feel very able to do so, you can, but I'd recommend you do it sitting down in your chair. You're bending down, you're touching the opposite foot, like so. Okay, so it's a bit of a twist. Okay, if you're standing up, you're going to especially feel it in the back of your legs, but if you're sitting down, it's just a twist for these torso muscles. Okay, bending down, let's keep going. A couple more. It's a double exercise, this one. Good, and let's return to the marching. Oh, I'm definitely warming up. I'm glad I've got my gloves with me today. That's really keeping my hands warm. Good, keep going, 15 more seconds of the marching, and we're going to do one more exercise after this. Just one more and then we're done, I promise you. Good, keep going, 5 more seconds, come on. You can do it. That's it, fantastic. And relax, good. Right, a balancing exercise. Holding onto that frame in front of you, or the chair if you come around the back of it. Okay, just bring one knee up nice and slowly, just try to hold it there and then down. So we're working the range of motion in our legs, our hips a little bit, but also our balance. So from the front it looks like this, holding on, one knee up and down. One knee up as high as you can bring it and then down. If you feel a bit off balance, just hold on to that frame. You can sit down and just leave this one out, that's fine. You know your own balance and the staff are there on hand to help. Good. Fantastic, well done, keep going. And then we're going to return to the marching in just a second as the last 30-second march. Up and down and return to the marching. So some really, really good movement for you today. That's all that matters, is that we're moving, we're doing a bit of exercise. We can't ask any more than that. Okay, well done. I can see some birds in the background just behind the camera actually. So there's a bit of wildlife out there on offer today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, something a little bit different. Like I said, I thought I'd bring some of the outdoors to you guys today, as you're not able to get outdoors and enjoy it for yourselves. But let me reassure you, it's absolutely freezing, so you're not missing out on much. But if you are able to go out and enjoy the garden, if you're lucky enough to have one at the home, then do get out there and just have a bit of fresh air, because it can really help boost your mental health, okay, and your psychological well-being. So just get out there, get a bit of fresh air, and you'll feel a lot better when you come indoors. Right, 5 more seconds of marching and then I'm done. 3, 2, 1, well done. Brilliant. I think that was probably about 10 minutes. The best thing is that you've actually been on your feet and you've been doing some weight bearing activity, and that's so important. So just getting up out your chair and doing that as much as you can. If you would like to return to this workout and watch this video again once or twice during the week, feel free. These videos are there to use whenever you want to. So I'm going to turn this camera off, I'm going to get my coat on, I'm going to go home and warm up, have a shower and a cup of tea. Thanks for joining me everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Woo!